No, listen, the guy that you went into your room who runs our cigar lounge now, his name is Michel. I have to give him a shout out. Michel was the general manager of an Italian restaurant here that I would go to three times a week.
I know.
He told you the story?
Yeah, but I don't know. You used to 3 days, but you ended up going 5 days.
Yes. But let me tell you what happened with him. Finally, one day, he wants to start his own thing. I said, why don't you come here and run this whole place? The feeling he gives you, Horst, he's able to make the customer feel like you're the only thing that exists in the world. It is such a valuable skill for a human being to have. It's such a valuable skill for a human being to have. And I'm willing to pay premium for that. It's a very, very valuable thing for somebody. You work hard, you want to go to a place to be left alone. So where do you go to right now? Restaurant. Where do you go to right now where you feel like the service here is impeccable? What are some places you go to that you like the service you get?
We have some small places not known in Atlanta. You see, when I travel still 100 days a year.
Really?
I used to drive over 200 days a year. What happens when I arrive somewhere? They pick you up with a limousine, they take you to a gourmet restaurant. I don't want to go to a gourmet restaurant when I come home with my wife. We stay home or we go to some similar, but people know us there. And so you have the attention because they know you. And people say, we're glad you're here. And that's what you want. If that gentleman in the Ritz here would have said to you, my gosh, please forgive me, I messed up. And
I would have moved on.
There you are.
I would have moved. By the way, I would have moved on the moment. If he would have just came up and give me the attention and say, we messed up, he told me the truth, and if there was a valid reason why they moved the room, I would have had no problem with that.
That's what we certified earlier. We talked about that. Every employee on problem resolution. We certified every employee, 24,000 employees around the world.
Yep.
And they said the first thing is you listen to the complaint. You listen. Then you show empathy. And then you apologize as if it was your own, but you own it. And then you make amends. And 50% is not an amend. A situation like that, we will not, of course, we will not charge you. Of course, not we will give you 50%. No, of course, we will not charge you because we messed up.
Yeah,
forgive me.
Yeah, and that's what it was. By the way, the guy that helped us out, his name was Juan, very nice guy. He said, Patrick, I told him don't do it. The director of events was a guy named Chris. I won't say his last name. And then the other guy that called us the next day, the director of operations, was a guy named Sam. And Jose was the GM. And I think Jose is the one that sent the email for 50%. I was very turned off. I was very turned off by that.
I mean, 50%,
I could care less about the money.
But it doesn't matter.
Who cares about the money? Like, you know, all you have. So again, that's the challenge, right? A brand, if the existing founder, driver, CEO doesn't run customer service properly, Starbucks hires a guy that comes to them. It's a previous guy from Pepsi who used to be a consultant for some big consulting firm. They bring him in, 18 months, revenue drops. It's a messy of a culture. Then they bring a guy in Brian Nichol.
Yeah.
Brian Nichol comes from Chipotle. He gets in. He changes the culture. Starbucks is back on a rise again.
Yeah.
One great leader can change a company.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Of course, because you as a leader, you establish the philosophy comes from you because people immediately below you copy you and it goes all the way down. And if you do something negative, they think you want that. And that's it. All standards are gone. That's why I say that you don't compromise standards. You own the standards as a leader. You own the standards. But coming down all to a simple thing, I cannot expect my thousands of Starbucks to each one be singly trained by me, but they all should know, here's the standard. We are here to care for people. They have to know that. And they have to be reminded of that. We remind those 20 things. You cannot go to work. You will be reminded of one of them today. Today is number 12, tomorrow 13, and 20 days number 12 again.
I love that, the pointing finger. There's a bathroom, Horst. And when you use a restroom, right there, walk down here versus...
And done it 4 cars and you get lost. I mean...
Yeah, versus somebody takes you there. So,
and then we taught them, of course, you would take them there and you create a relationship. You say, have you tried our restaurant? Are you a hotel guest? Yes. Have you tried a restaurant? I hope you had a chance. If you're outsider, but you don't send hotel, but you should try the restaurant. Everybody likes it. So you have conversation, and you're selling something at the same time.
You're selling something, yeah. What would you say is your biggest gift? Like, what's your superpower?
Mine?
Yeah, what's your superpower?
Oh, relentless.
Relentless.
Yeah.
Would your wife say the same thing about
Probably.
you?
Yeah,
She would say you're relentless.
Probably. But in the positive way, take about wife, take about marriage. It's the same thing. What's your high intent? When I got married, before I got married, I saw my wife, and I was so much in love. I mean, come on. I mean, young man, you look, oh, wow, this beautiful, wonderful human being, and we're going to get married. And then I thought, wait a minute. I know friends are getting divorced because they don't feel like it anymore. And then I established my high intent. I will be in love for the rest of my life. In that moment, and that is the model of leadership, have intent, purpose. But then you have to commit yourself to it, not have a pipe dream. And then you have to initiate the things that make it happen and keep focus on it. And that's where people break down. They focus all of a sudden on an excuse.
What was your philosophy in raising kids?
Raising kids, two things we want to accomplish, my wife and I. And please forgive me, everybody. We want them to be believers.
Okay.
And we want them to understand the difference between wrong and right, integrity. People with integrity.
That's it?
That's it. That's it. Those are the key things that we worked on, prayed for, and were successful.
Are they in the business you're in or no?
No,
They're not.
Not at all.
Is it 2 girls or 4 girls?
4 girls.
Okay, I'm going to make sure I get that fact right because 2 places said 2 different things.
Yeah.
That's great. So you got the family.
Even family, you have to have objectives. My objective was to be in love with my wife, and I am in love with my wife. But I work on my mind even. When I drive into the drive and the gate opens, I say, "Thank you, God, for my wonderful wife. I can't wait to take an arm now."
Affirmations.
You have to work on it. I mean, if you let, and I'm multi-minded on that. First of all, I want that for me. Secondly, I see the end of family happens, and that it will be the end of our civilization, unquestionably, if as family goes. So I am zealous about what is marriage. Work on it. I ask in every speech. I ask them, guys in this room, when have you asked your wife last time how you can be a better husband?
And she'll tell you. I saw that in her
and
as well.
after she cries, she will tell you.
She will tell you. Did you guys ever have a moment where it didn't work out?
Oh, sure. Many.
Really?
In between, where it didn't work out.
Where it was like close falling out, big
not
fights?
Quite that, not quite there,
Okay.
but there was
fights.
There was fights, sure.
Yeah. How do you overcome that?
Sure. Well, by sitting down and talking and admitting that you were wrong. It was my wife, who is 14 years younger. So I married, I'm 14, she's 26, and we have an argument, and I start screaming. And she said, "Why do you scream? Why don't we talk about it? Maybe you're right."
Oh my! She said that to you.
And I said, "Here, this kid is teaching me how to communicate."
Good for her. Wow.
And I realized I didn't want to talk about what if I'm wrong.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. Maybe you're right.
Maybe you're right.
Wow. And you guys been married now, what, 47 years?
47 years, yeah.
Unbelievable. Good for you.
Oh, it's great.
Good for you. Respect for doing that.
What a great thing.
Unbelievable.
I mean, look, what is this marriage? The only God-ordained union, the greatest union there is. Why wouldn't you work like crazy on it?
Mm-hmm. And she was a partner with you while you're building, traveling, moving, all this stuff.
Yeah, wow. Let me tell you. I admire her for her. She raised children, and I was on the road. And there too, I come back and I said, "Here's what we're going to do." And she said, "Whoa. Here's what we have planned." And I had to learn in the beginning. I said, "Wait a minute, this is how." And he said, "Well, you weren't here. We had to make decisions. I had to learn to communicate that way and respect decisions that are being made with much more input and points that I wasn't even aware of.
You were not there.
Success is built on how you think. Influence is built on how you show up. Every detail matters because presence speaks before you do. This is more than style. The future looks bright.
If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.